Holy shit, there are some bangers that sold on eBay this week.
Welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher.
So let's jump right into it.
We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review.
What is good, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and thank you for joining me for another eBay sales video here on the channel. If you guys aren't familiar with this one, I take 6 eBay books that sold the prior week, and we discuss all the price data and see if this person got a good deal or not. But before we get into the video, like always, I want to remind you guys, hit that sub button for me, smash the hell out of that like button. Let's get this one out to 300 likes, get it out to everyone in the community. Of course, check out all the new merch I have for sale down below. With that said, let's check out these eBay books. The first book we're going to take a look at this week is actually a request from a subscriber out there. It is a copy of Swamp Thing number 37 and the first appearance of John Constantine. Now this copy in a CGC 9.6 sold on May 28th for $499.99. Now it looks like this one was an auction actually. Only one bid at around 500 bucks. And as we get into the GPA data, you can see the last sale has been recorded for this $500 sale. The 90-day average for this book, $563 on just 7 sales. The 12-month rolling average, $559 on 47 sales. So not bad over the last year, kind of been steady for this book. But as we get into 2022, the average was $601 on 45 sales. In 2021, all the way up to 736 bucks. Again, not too bad, about down 25 to 28%. Overall, I don't think that's a bad drop for this book considering it's the first appearance of a major character in DC Comics. A lot of people love this character going forward. We saw Keanu Reeves take on the role of this character way back when. There was supposed to be a sequel. Not sure if it's still happening or not. Regardless, I do think at this book in a 9.8, I probably want to own if I'm a big DC fan, a Constantine fan. But other than that, I'm probably not spending $500 on a 9.6. I'd rather own the 9.8. Next up is this iconic cover by the late great Neil Adams, Batman number 251, and this copy is CGC 8.0, a white pager to boot, just sold on May 30th for $925. When we're talking about this book, I think it's probably the quintessential Joker cover, an iconic Bronze Age key, and I was actually shocked with the data to see how many few sales there were of this book over the past year. Now, as we get into the data, you can see that the last sale has been recorded at $925, but look at the 90-day average. 3 sales averaging out at 942 bucks. The 12-month rolling average, 886 bucks, but only 12 sales at an 8.0. In 2022, the average was 945 bucks. Again, only 12 sales, and way back in 2021, 873 bucks. I've been doing these eBay videos for the past 3 or 4 months, and I can tell you this book is as steady as it's been for any of the books that we've taken a look at in this grade. Now, do I want to own this book? You guys know I do. It's one of my favorite covers that has ever been done. A high grade Batman key that I think is a must own for any collection in any grade you can afford. How about we take a look at something that I've actually never seen before, a Golden Age CGC graded 9.8 copy of Action Comics number 98. Of course, this one is a Edgar Church Mile High copy. Believe it or not, guys, I've never actually seen a Golden Age 9.8. I don't think they come up for sale that often. Now, this copy, again, sold on May 31st. It was listed for $12,550 bucks, but actually ended up selling for only $10,000. That to me is mind-boggling. As we get into the GPA data, they actually have this Edgar Church Mile High listed on GPA, and it hasn't been sold over the past 3 years. But this one has been recorded at 10,000 bucks. Unbelievable that someone would pay a $10,000 price tag for a 9.8 book from the Golden Age, I mind you. Now, again, this is not a key really. It's an early Action Comics issue, but again, it's a long ways away from Action Comics number 1. Am I going to spend $10,000 on a 9.8 non-key book? Probably not. I want you guys to keep that in mind. If I'm going to spend $10,000, I'm probably going to put it towards a bigger key, but again, how often does a 9.8 Golden Age book come up for sale, let alone a pedigree copy? Not often. So I understood why this person jumped on this book. How about we take a look at a banger? I don't think we've covered this one yet on these eBay sales videos. It is a copy of Amazing Spider-Man #1 in a CGC 1.5 off-white to white pages. Of course, this is a first Fantastic Four and Spider-Man crossover. Now, this copy sold for a buy it now on May 31st for a price of $7,399, of course, with free shipping. Now, I want to point out to you guys this. Don't forget, on eBay, most states, you have to pay tax. Don't ever forget that. Now, as we get into the GPA data, we can see that there's a last sale of $7,029, and I'm not sure actually it came before this one or after this one, but regardless, it's right around that $7,000 number. The 90-day average for this book was, again, $7,029. We only had one copy sell over the past 3 months. Now we have this one, so that actually makes it 2. The 12-month rolling average, $7,839 on just 3 sales. In 2022, guys, the average was $9,033. But look at this. We're going to go to 2021 and take a look that average was only $6,312 on 6 sales. The one thing that makes me happy when I look at this data is right now that last sale is still above that 2021 average. Yes, it got a little bit out of control in 2022 with the average of 9,000, but hey, it's still holding above that water of 2021, still going up. That makes me happy to see that with this book. You guys know I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. So I think, to me, when you're buying Silver Age Amazing Spider-Man, there's no other books out there that I'd rather have. But you know, I'm a little biased. I'm a Spidey guy. Let's talk about a book about 3 to 4 years ago that I actually loved picking up several copies of every time I saw them because they were super undervalued. Now, not so much. We're talking about Marvel Spotlight number 32 and the first appearance of the Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew. Now, this copy in a CGC 9.6, a white pager, sold on June 1st for only $434 on 31 bids. So we have an auction here. As we get into the GPA data, you can see the last sale recorded for this book was $525, but that was in May of this year. This happened on June 1st, so keep that in mind. A drop of $100 in just under a month. The 90-day average for this one, $514 on just 6 sales. The 12-month rolling average, $623 on 30 sales. The 2022 average, $855. Man, this book has really taken a crap. In 2021, the average was $993. I think when we got that Spider-Verse stuff, many people thought she was going to show up. Hell, we even think now that Sydney Sweeney is going to take on that role in the new Madam Web movie. I'm not sure who she's playing, but that is a speculation right now. But this book has come down roughly almost 50%, if not more, over the past 3 years. When I was buying this book around 2018, 2019, you could have had a super high grade copy for around $100 to $150. Now you're having $400 to $500 for a 9.6. Hell, if I could buy a 9.8 copy of this book and just hold it for about 20 years, I'm probably going to get a decent return. But hey, a 9.6 is just as nice too. And for $434, I think this person got a nice deal. And lastly for this week, guys, we're going to talk about a book that has probably taken the biggest decline I have seen over the past 6 years. And that's right, we're talking about Eternals #1. Now, we all know why this book was out of control right before that movie came out. Really at the height of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, after Endgame, after everything settled, people drove this book to a point where it really didn't need to be. Now, if you bought this book like when the rumors first started happening, you paid like $100, $150 for a high-grade copy, you made out like a freaking bandit. Now, this copy, a CGC 9.8, just sold on June 1st for $499. Now, as we get into the GPA data, guys, you're going to see that this book is still dropping rapidly. I just told you that the last sale was $499 on eBay, a white pager to boot, but the last sale recorded by GPA was in May for $950, a 50% drop in 1 month. Now, I'm not sure if this book was an anomaly, if this person just listed this book incorrectly for $500, but as you can see, this is a huge decline. The 90-day average for this book, $658 on 8 sales. So that last sale of $950 that was recorded in May, who the hell knows? Why was this book all of a sudden jumping from $500 to $600 to $950? I'm not sure why that book was so special that they had to pay $950 for it. Regardless, the 12-month rolling average for this one, $791 on 40 sales. The 2022 average, guys, $958 on 55 sales. When I see all these sales, I'm actually shocked in a year that people are still buying this book. Really, where it has come from over the past 3 years, it has taken a massive hit. So why are you still buying it? Go back to 2021. Look at the average for this book. $2,329 on 104 sales. That to me is asinine. Why would somebody pay over $2,000 for this book when at some point, maybe a year prior to that, year and a half, you could have had the same grade for around $100 to $200? It didn't make sense then. I actually owned, I think, a 9.2 or a 9.4 at that time. I think I tripled my money just to get rid of the book because I knew even if the movie was good, this book wasn't worth the type of money that it was going for. We're talking almost a 75% decrease from 2021 and still dropping. We had a 50% decrease in a month. Insanity, guys. If you bought this book and if you're still holding this book and you paid those high prices in 2021, I don't know what to tell you, but you lost out. All right, guys, another week, another eBay sales video. Drop me comments down below. Let me know what you think of the sales that happened on this week's list. Again, some great books that are still selling. I was really happy with that Amazing Spider-Man #1 sale, and of course that Batman #251 at high grade, really not dropping in price. So keep that in your head if you're looking for these books. Like always, this is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles. One more thing, drop me comments down below. What are you looking for so I can see if they sold the prior week? Enjoy the week, and I'll talk to you guys soon.